What's going on, everyone? Mario here with Nego Prints. One of the hardest things that I had to go through when I first started my t-shirt business was finding out what websites are legit and which ones are not. So where can I get all of the supplies that I need for my t-shirt business or my crafting business? Now, I was using Amazon for the most part, and Amazon's fine. Amazon has good prices, but Amazon's kind of limited, especially when it comes to specialty materials. And sometimes Amazon can also be a bit more expensive, which makes sense because people who sell on Amazon typically have to pay for things like different types of fees associated to selling on there, different types of storage fees for keeping the product in the warehouse and all that stuff. So today's video is going to focus on 5 different websites that you can use to source your different crafting and t-shirt printing materials, products, equipment, whatever it is that you need. Now, for the most part, all of the pricing is going to be kind of the same, give or take a couple bucks. And as far as what they offer, there's going to be slight differences in a few of the different products that they offer in terms of branding and brands. And also, one of the websites is going to be kind of a cheaper option for you, just in case you need to get material to just test or to just get started and stuff like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, then just make sure you check out this video all the way through, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so before we do go ahead and get started, there's two things I am going to mention. One, everything that I'm talking about in today's video, all of the different links, they're going to be down in the description below. And quick heads up, they are affiliate links. So if you click on them and make a purchase, I'm going to get a small commission. Of course, this is at no cost to you, and it really does help me out, and it also helps out the channel. So please find it in your hearts to click those links. And also, to make things a lot easier for you, just go ahead and click the links and bookmark them. So whenever you need anything from any of these websites, or if you need any t-shirt materials or any printing materials, you can just go ahead and click on that. Also, number 2 is just make sure you subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any future videos for the t-shirt or crafting business. All right, let's go. So first and foremost, the first website I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to show you, is going to be Heat Transfer Warehouse. Heat Transfer Warehouse is pretty much my main supplier for all things heat transfer. And it's one of the ones that I first started with. I've never had any issues with them. I've always had awesome customer support. My orders usually get to me fairly quickly, usually within a few days. And you can find a little bit of everything on here. So through here, you can find tons of different types of heat transfer vinyls. Besides that, you also have different types of equipment. So you can actually buy different heat presses on here, different brand name heat presses. Like for one, you have the Waller Press, which the Waller Press is actually the Heat Transfer Warehouse branded heat press. They're really good. They work very well. As always, when I suggest a heat press, I always suggest for 1, slide out drawer, and 2, make sure it's got that auto open feature. These 2 things are essential, and they're going to make heat pressing so much easier. But besides that, they do also have other brands like Stalls. Now, as far as equipment, you can find a little bit of everything that you need. So they have pretty much everything that you need to get started in the business. They have different types of vinyl cutters. So they have the Caesar, they have a Graphtec, and the Silhouette Cameos. They also have different types of sublimation printers. So they offer the Sawgrass and the Epson SureColor. And they also have different accessories and different materials. So as you can see, they have different types of blanks. They have a few accessories like, the basics, the craft paper, your heat tape, your tack spray. But not just that, they also have transfers. So through their website, you can purchase pre-made transfers or custom transfers. Now, they do have their own branded transfers, but they also offer Supacolor. And to be completely honest with you, if I were to choose between their transfers or Supacolor transfers, I would go with Supacolor. Not to knock any of their products, because honestly, they have good reviews. They have 5 stars, and they're DTFs. DTFs usually work very well, and they're good overall. But in terms of companies that, do this and they specialize in this, between the 2, I would go with Supacolor. Now, next up we have Heat Press Nation. Now, Heat Press Nation is, I guess it's kind of like comparing Michael's to maybe Joann's or Hobby Lobby or something like that. But honestly, a lot of the things are the same. Just going to be a lot of different brand names. So through here, you can find all of the different products that you find at Heat Transfer Warehouse. So you're going to get your different types of sublimation printers. You're going to have your white toner printer as well. You also have Uninet on here. They offer different types of blanks as well. Now, I do think that Heat Press Nation actually offers a bit more in terms of blanks than Heat Transfer Warehouse. And same goes for their vinyl cutters, because at Heat Press Nation, you can actually find a few extras. So here they have the, what is this, GCC? I'm not entirely sure which one this one is. I've never used them. I don't think I've even heard of them. But there's this one. There's also the Graphtecs, and they have vinyl systems as well. Okay, so I won't actually know. You know what? Heat Press Nation has a bit more than Heat Transfer Warehouse. I would say that Heat Press Nation has some more accessories. They have a wider selection. So in terms of the different types of heat presses, they do have their own brand, which is the Heat Press Nations, which is actually also the one that I have. I'll show you mine in a second. They also have a few others like this one right here, which is the Empress. I've never really heard of them, but they have also Stahl's Hotronics. I've always, when I say always, I mean I've always wanted this one right here, the Hotronics, the Air Fusion. This is such a cool press. You don't have to do anything. You press it and it's an automatic press, but it's not like, you know, like the HTVRont one which I'm showing you in a second. It's not like the HTVRont one where it's a basic press. This is so advanced. You can set the pressure through pounds. It is such an awesome press. Like I wish I had gotten this one, but it is pretty pricey. It's $4,600. Besides that, they also have another one though, which is this one right here, the Fusion IQ, which honestly would be a great contender. I think the biggest difference between this one and the Air Fusion is just that. The fact that this is a manual press that you're going to press down, whereas the other one you press a button and it closes by itself. But anyway, besides my drooling over these presses that I wish I had. So the one that I have is actually this one right here, the Heat Press Nation Signature Series, the 16x20 with the auto open and the slide out drawer. I highly suggest that if you go for a heat press, you go with something that has an auto open and a slide out drawer. It just makes everything so much easier. Like take for example, the button, you can use that to quietly open the heat press. So what I do is I never let the press open by itself and I never pop it open. I set the timer for like 200 seconds. And then after the time is over that, you know, whatever it is that I need to press, I just hold the press down, press the little red button that you see back here, and it silently just slowly opens up. No noise, no nothing, super easy. And the best thing about that is that, let's say with sublimation, a lot of times with sublimation, people use heat tape because when the press pops open, everything kind of just jumps. And with all of the heat that's already radiating from everywhere inside the press, you know, a little bit of a movement like that can cause ghosting in the print. So this completely eliminates that. Now, not just that, let's say if, you know, you can't get to the press on time, or if you decide I'm going to go make a sandwich really quick, you can leave it because it's going to open up by itself. And then pulling out the drawer, it just makes things so much easier. Honestly, I've tried just opening up the press and making a shirt without moving the drawer. The slide out drawer just completely spoiled me. It makes things a lot easier and I'm barely ever burned. But anyway, besides that, they also have pretty much everything that you need. You're going to find all of the different types of heat transfer vinyls, all of the different types of adhesive vinyls. They have DTFs. Well, you know what? They actually sell DTF printers and they have a decent selection. They have all of the different supplies and they also sell transfers. Now, as far as the transfers, they also sell Supercolor. So if you want to check out Supercolor, you can check them out through here as well. All right, next up we have Pro World. When I see Pro World, for some reason, I think of Walmart. So I personally see Pro World as the Walmart of heat press websites, or, you know, heat press accessories websites or whatever it is. But that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. It's just, I guess, kind of the way it's, you know, it appears. But they sell everything that you need. They have the different types of heat presses. They have the Pro World heat presses as well. They have different types of printers for, you know, sublimation, white toner, and everything else. They sell custom transfers, but they don't sell Supercolor transfers. So I think these are actually their own branded transfers, which that's actually, yeah, that's what it seems to be. Oh no, they do sell Supercolor. All right, never mind. They do have Supercolor on here, but they also have their own branded transfers as well, if you want to check those out. In terms of sublimation, they have tons of different blanks. They have different accessories, different printers, and they actually have a pretty big section in terms of digital art. So designs that you can purchase to, you know, print out, customize, do whatever you need. All right, next up we have the more economical website. So next we have HTVRont. Now HTVRont is primarily a Chinese company. I've used HTVRont for a lot of things. They've sent me a few things to test out. They actually sent me their press, which is this one right here, and not the blue one, but the white one. And it works. It's nice. It's a hobby press more than anything. Like the press works, you know, it's fine. It gets the job done, but it's more of a hobby press. It's not necessarily much of a workhorse. If I were to do maybe, you know, a couple of shirts here and there for a couple birthdays and things like that, I would go with this. But if I really want to start a business, I would go with like the one that I showed you, the Heat Press Nation, or even better, the Stalls. But again, this will get the job done. The good thing about this is, like I say, it's an automatic press. So when you press the button, it closes by itself. And this is good for a lot of people that can have certain issues with being able to close a press. I've read a lot of comments in my TikTok or even on here on YouTube of people that have confirmed that. People that say that they don't have the strength in their hands to be able to push a press down for whatever reason, for whatever medical condition or whatever it is. And this is their way of making money. So this makes it easier for people like that, people that could have potential issues, that could be handicapped, or for your typical crafter, anybody that just wants to, test the waters, get their foot in the game and just see how things work. But if you really want to start a business and you're really serious about it, I would go with one of the bigger workhorses like the Heat Press Nation or again the Stalls. Besides that though, the thing about HTVRont is that they actually have very cheap products. Like everything on their website is going to be so much cheaper than some of the other brand names. Let's take, for example, some heat transfer vinyl. Let's go here and let's compare it to Heat Press Nation. So let's just go with Caesar, because Caesar's what I use no matter what. Caesar is my go-to heat transfer vinyl, always. Now, HTVRont doesn't sell Caesar. They sell their own brand name, which is why they're able to keep the prices so low. But the feel is going to be different. And I'm telling you that right now because I've tried a few of their different vinyls and they're thicker. I have noticed that they are thicker. Some people say that some of the different ones that they offer aren't as thick, but that would be up to you to test and see which one you prefer. But let's go with this one. Let's check this one out right here. This is the heat transfer vinyl roll. This seems to be their basic one. We're doing a 5-foot roll. You know what? Let's keep it at the basic black 5-foot roll. $6. Typically, it's $9. Let's go with the $9. Now, how much can we find a 5-foot black roll in Heat Press Nation? So Caesar Easy Weed right here. Oh, this is a 1-foot roll though. Jesus, why do they do yards? I'm not good at yards. How many yards is 5 feet? Okay, so 5 feet is 1.67. All right, let's do something easier. So, all right, let's just do a yard. Actually, no, because 1 yard is less than that, so it's 3 feet. Okay, so we're going to do something easy. We're going to do 5 yards or 15 feet. God, I hate the fact that I failed math. Okay, so let's make a fair comparison, and let's do 10 yards or 15 feet. Now, for the black at Heat Press Nation, Caesar Easy Weed 12 inches by 10 yards comes out to $68.99. Now, free ground shipping. Okay, so that has free shipping. So it's going to be $69, and then at HTVRont, you get it for $30. So you get it at half the price, less than half the price, unless they charge shipping. But either way, half the price. So $30 compared to $69. Now, again, quality-wise, I like Caesar Easy Weed, but some people are going to like HTVRont. Some people are going to like the feel of this. They're going to like how it looks better. It's all personal preference, and honestly, it's worth a try. It's worth trying both of them out and seeing which one works best for you, which one you like more. But also, buying big rolls like this of the cheaper kind can be really good to make samples. So that way you don't have to go with the high quality stuff. Instead, you have, let's say, one roll or a few colors for samples. So that way you could just show your customer what it's going to look like after they approve the mock-up or whatever, if you want to do something like that, or simply to just take pictures of to show people what you can make or what you've done. Now, they do offer different types of vinyls, but they also offer different types of materials for, let's say, sublimation. So they have sublimation paper, they have sublimation HTV, different blanks and stuff. They have a few different accessories that you can use, like different cutting mats and stuff like that, and they have a couple of blanks here and there, but it's not really what they focus on. Really what they focus on is mainly going to be the vinyl. So if you want something economical, if you want something cheap, check out HTVRont. Now, this next supplier isn't going to be one that you necessarily use for, let's say, heat presses or equipment, but instead, this is going to be a sublimation supplier, and it's going to be Enos Sub USA. I came across Enos Sub at one point a long time ago, and I decided to give them a try. I kind of went on a whim here because I wasn't sure if they were legit or not, because I looked at their website. Now it's improved a lot, but at the time it wasn't as nice. So I was kind of like, am I getting scammed? But I decided to try them out, and honestly, they're great. They have very cheap sublimation products. They have tons of different sublimation blanks, and they have pretty quick shipping too. Now, through Enos Sub, you can see, once we click on all products, we're going to see everything that they have. And everything that's on here is going to be for sublimation. That's what they specialize in. That's what they're about. They have 5 pages of a few different products, and you can see that some of them are already sold out, but check out the prices. Look at this flip phone, but check out the prices. So obviously this is sold out because school is actually about to start in a few weeks, but $6 for a Sublimation lunch bag. That's not bad. They have the leather blanks for wallets, $1.39. They don't have a minimum order, which is awesome. Different types of tumblers, like look at these. These are $4 each, 15-ounce tumblers with the straw, you know, just like the regular ones that you can open, straw, puzzles. They have a lot of different things that you can choose from. So if you're into sublimation, I highly suggest you check them out. Now, the reason I put this one in here is because when I did start, sublimation was one of the things I was offering, and it was hard for me to find good blanks. So Enos Sub, highly recommended. Those are the top 5 websites that I would recommend to you for anything that you need heat transfer or heat press related, whether it be equipment, accessories, or whatever it may be for your business, for home crafting, for hobbies. These are hands down the best websites I've ever used for these types of accessories or these types of products. What did you think of today's list? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please, if you're still here, that means you enjoyed the video. So smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. Remember, if you want to check out any of these websites, just check out the description down below. It'll hugely help me out if you just go ahead and bookmark them. And whenever you need them, just go ahead and click on that. My name is Mario with Prince, and hope to see you guys next time. Peace.